Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 17 of our 21-day journey together. Good evening. I hope you're doing great. And I can't wait to experience this wonderful night of meditation with you. My name is Nepal Arslan. I've been on here a few times now. So if you're seeing me for the first time, hello, nice to meet you. And it's good to be back. Um, so before we begin, and before I introduce myself, I just want to remind you to please get your foot soaks ready. All you need is a bucket with some salt and water inside, some clean water to rinse your feet off afterwards, and a towel to dry your feet. So that's all you need, and a chair to sit down on. So like I said, my name is Nepal Arslan. I'm currently in Vancouver. Other than being here with you and meditating, I make films. So I'm a commercial documentary director, writer, and I also am a teacher of film. So it's wonderful to be here. If you're new tonight and you would like to review what we've covered so far, I think there should be a slide coming up right now with some information about the recordings. Okay, if there isn't, if you like a review, you can go back to our website and watch recordings from the past programs to catch up on things till now. Or if you don't want to do that and you just want to enjoy tonight's program and just go with the flow, at the end of the program, we can set you up with a mentor in a breakout room, or you can just stay on and ask questions straight to me and the musician and the hosts and the meditation guides. And we can take you through everything from the beginning. So you can either go back and watch everything from the first day till now, or you can just stay on afterwards and get connected to a breakout room, and they'll take you through everything. Um, so at the end of this, one more thing you can do is request a mentor. There's already so many of you that requested one, which is awesome. Pretty much we'll connect you with someone outside the program on your own time to discuss with, to learn from, to ask your questions, to dive deeper into your own spirituality, and to pretty much see how you can find more ways to relax and enjoy yourself throughout your day. Um, After these 21 days are over, reminder we are on day 17, we're going to take a 2 week break and then continue for another 21 days, but not every day. So it's going to be starting on February 27th. We're going to meet 3 days a week for 7 weeks on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So it's going to be a 2 week break from now, and then we're going to go for 21 days, but not every day. And I'm sure we'll repeat this information a couple more times for you guys. So yesterday we went over the Agya chakra, which is right here. It's for forgiveness, and it's pretty much to attain the state of understanding that neither you nor anyone around you or anything that's happened to you is something to blame on yourself or to feel guilty for or to have any issue with yourself. It's about forgiveness, and today we're going to go to our Sahasrara chakra. It's the seventh chakra, it's the final chakra, and it's the chakra of integration. And I think there should be a slide coming up. If I'm not seeing it, but hopefully you guys are. Um, uh, Pretty much, it's going to be an experience of going through all seven chakras and finding out how to really feel like you've attained a state of integration through all of them. And I won't say too much. I'll let the presenters do their thing and show you everything themselves. And a really important note, as always, is to remind you guys that your spirituality is yours. Your spirit is yours. Nobody can sell you your spirit, and that's why Sahaja Yoga is always free. You cannot charge something to someone for something they already own. And all we're providing for you is just a tool to be your own mechanic, to understand what in your body, what in your subtle system might need some support, and to give you some tips and tricks on how to access that and really let go of your stress, let go of your daily issues, to go to work happier, to sleep easier, whatever it may be. It works for all of us here. There are people who practice Sahaja Yoga, and we really hope through these experiences of these 21-day programs, you will feel something similar. And let's see. Hopefully you experience it. Now I'd like to invite our presenters and our musicians to please turn on their cameras so we can say hello before the program starts.
Hello,
Hello,
Gary.
Gary, Gary, hello, Vladimir, and all right. So let's start with Gary right here. Everyone can mute themselves. Yura, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Gary, if you can just introduce yourself and tell us what do you do in addition to teaching Sahaja Yoga in your daily life?
Thanks, Nepal. I'm so happy to be here meditating with you all tonight. My name is Garima. I'm from just outside Annapolis in Maryland. And outside my daily life or my meditation, I'm a mom of two young kids. And for work, I'm a business strategy consultant. So pleasure to be here with you all.
Awesome. And Grima used to babysit me when I was a kid, so
Yes, I did.
pretty awesome stuff. Carrie, if you want to go ahead.
Sure. I'm also a mother. I have five, but they're all older now. They've grown and gone. And I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've been here for quite a while, and I've joined you all before, and I'm really excited to be back and talk about the Sahasrara and do some really great meditation up there with you. So good to see you guys. I'm really, really excited for this program.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Carrie. And Yuri and Vlad, if you guys want to turn your camera on just to say hello and introduce yourself, that'd be awesome. Yuri, Vlad, I think maybe they're not spotlighted. Is that possible?
They did come on briefly, but I think their mic, they were experiencing an echo. So
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay. No problem at all. Okay, so let's move on from this. I'm going to basically sign off here and pass it off to Garima. I hope you all have a wonderful meditation. It's wonderful to be your host tonight and enjoy. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks so much, Nepal. So as Nepal mentioned, tonight we will meditate on the seventh center, the last center in our subtle system, which is right here at the very top of our head. This center is obviously, with it being right here above our head, suggests that, there's something that is very special and that a higher state of awareness that we can experience by transcending the brain and the mind and going beyond thoughts and literally into a higher state in this region. I think throughout art, we've seen this in history and across cultures in different depictions of halos right here, or a dove, or light shining. Sometimes in Buddhist art, we see an actual lotus above the head, or flames in this region behind the head. And it's all kind of subtly hinting at there's something very special about this area, the Sahasrara area, the limbic region of our brain, and right here directly above it. And what's so special about it is we can think of it as the door or the gateway to where our true spiritual journey begins. Because it is the center of our connection, our spiritual self's connection to an all-pervading power that connects each one of us, that connects all of us throughout the world, and that permeates throughout the universe. Whatever we believe this higher power to be, it's something that our spiritual self connects to deeply in that in this center, as it is the center of integration and connection. And so we can think of it as, when we enter the state of Sahasrara, we're quite literally plugging ourselves into the mains or connecting to the Wi-Fi. It's the instrument of our spiritual beings that is tapping into something very deep that is a universal source of love, of joy, of peace, and that is constantly there. And all we have to do is tap into it or plug into it. And we might experience this in different ways. In meditation, we might just feel a quiet stillness descending on us. It might be peace. It might be mental quiet. Suddenly the thoughts will start to dissipate, or the space between our thoughts will grow. It might also be a joyful feeling, because suddenly we're allowing ourselves to be fully in a present state and not stressing about the past or the future, but just enjoying the quiet stillness of the present. And that allows us finally to experience the joy of connection with each other, with this collective consciousness, and with this higher power. So it's a very joyful feeling. It's a very deep, profound feeling of silence. And yeah, I think those were the main points I think to highlight before we experience it ourselves. There is a slide, I think it would be helpful to show where this is located, where we can feel it on our senses. So on the palm of our hands, you'll see the big number 7. It's right in the center of the hand. You might feel that coolness, that cool breeze or cool vibrations on the center of your hands as we enter that state of silence or Sahasrara. And as I mentioned earlier, it's often depicted as a lotus at the very top of the head. So you might feel an actual coolness here at the top of your head, and I'll direct you in the meditation to put your hand there on top of your head and slowly raise it up so that we can just try to feel if our central nervous system is also giving us these signs that this energy, this all-pervading power is flowing through us. And as our Sahasrara opens, as the center opens, this universal all-pervading power will actually start to descend on us into our Sahasrara and through our whole subtle system. And it will, without any effort or attention on our part, it will cleanse and it will transform us. It will heal us and nourish us. So all we have to do is tap into the mains. So without further ado, let's get started. We can raise our Kundalini and give ourselves abundance. So what that means is let's raise this energy in this motion and tie a knot again above our head. You can do it a second time. We could do it a third time. And tie 3 knots. And then again, put ourselves in this protective space, giving ourselves this semicircle movement 7 times over our head. As we finish, we can sort of awaken the power or the quality of the water element in our foot soak. So either put our hands directly above the water or give it a circular motion, kind of with our attention, asking through our desire that let this quality of the water that cleanses us and purifies us, let that power manifest in this water. We could put our feet into the water. Close our eyes and bring our attention inside. And take a deep breath in and let go. Breathe out slowly. Again, take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Bring our attention inside. First, we can awaken this desire within us that this energy at the base of our spine rise and take us into that state of meditation. And along the way, clear out any obstacles in its path so we may feel that state of joy and bliss more deeply. We can put both of our hands towards the ground and ask that any imbalances that are preventing us from experiencing that deeper meditation across all of our centers be washed away into the water and absorbed into the earth element. Mother Kundalini, please remove all the imbalances that are preventing me from feeling connected to my spirit, to my true self, and to this all-pervading power of love. We can bring our hands back to our lap. And we could place our left hand on the second center on the right side of our body, so above our right hip bone. And this is the seat of our attention. It can often get a little hyperactive through excessive thinking or planning. So here we can ask Mother Kundalini, please remove any overactivity of my attention. Please settle down my attention so I may become thoughtless. Please cool down any excessive heat that is generated by my overthinking, overplanning. We can even give a circular movement with our right hand to the center and sort of let go of this symbolically into the water, kind of washing away any excessive clutter in our attention, things that shouldn't be a priority and that is just making our mind work too much. Mother Kundalini, please remove any heat and imbalances from my right Swadhisthana center. After doing this a few times, we can bring our hands back to our lap and see how we feel. Raise our attention and even use our hand up through these centers along our spine to the very top of our head. We could put the top of our hand on our head here. And do this a few times. Raise this energy, this Kundalini energy, up our spine. Help it rise to our Sahasrara chakra, to this center on top of our head. Let's place our right hand across our forehead, tilt our head slightly down, and here we can say, Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone and I forgive everything. I let go of all my thoughts, my worries. I surrender all my thoughts. We can again give a circular movement here and remove these imbalances from this center into the water. After we've done this a few times, we can bring our hands back to our lap. Place our attention at the very top of our head in the Sahasrara center. We can also put our hand there, the palm of our hand on the top of our head. Mother Kundalini, please open my Sahasrara. Let me enter that state of silence, peace, and connection with this all-pervading power. Mother Kundalini, please take me into meditation. can bring your hand back to your lap. Keep your attention above your head. We can bring the palm of our hand back to the top of our head. Slightly press down. And then raise our hand a few inches above our head. Keeping our attention in this space between the top of our head and the palm of our hand. See what we feel. We could bring our right hand down and try with our left hand, pressing down, then slowly raising it a few inches above. And we can bring our left hand back. We can slowly come out of this state to wash our feet. We can take a cup, rinse our feet, and put the bucket to the side. And again, just put our attention back at the top of our head. You might observe thoughts are coming. Just let them come and go without attaching to them. Bring yourself back to the present. Mother Kundalini, please keep me in meditation, in a state of thoughtless awareness. Now we will listen to a few words by Shri Mataji, who is the founder of Sahaja Yoga.
Without meditation, you don't understand what is best for you. So today is a day when you have to promise me that you will meditate every night, every evening, maybe in the morning also. Whenever it is possible, if you can go into meditative mood, you are in contact with this divine power. Then whatever is good for you, whatever good for your society, for your country, all is done by this divine power. You don't have to overpower the divine power. You don't have to order, you don't have to ask. Just if you meditate, you are one with this all pervading power, which is another great blessings to us. Unless and until your Sahasrara is open, all the blessings of the divine power cannot come to you. Cannot. Maybe you might get some money, you might get some jobs, you might get this and that. But your own development is only possible when you meditate and your Sahasrara is completely open and open to truth. Now, the truth is that this divine power is compassion, is love. This is the truth. They say God is love, God is truth. So the equation has to be made that truth is love and love is truth. But it's not a truth that as you have for your own children, you have for your family. Attached love is not truth. If you are attached to somebody, then you never see the bad points of that person. If you are angry with somebody, then you can never see the good points of that person. But it's a complete detached love. And that love is extremely powerful. Because whenever you project that love to anyone, you will be surprised. The problems of that person will be solved, his personality will improve, everything will work out in a very big way, and his life will be changed. But if you are attached to anything whatsoever, that attachment itself causes problems and doesn't allow Sahaj to grow. This attachment could be any kind. For example, you can be attached to your country, attached to your society, attached to your family. It can be of any kind. But when Sahasrara is open, you learn one thing is detachment. It just happens that you get detached. Though, I mean, you are not running away. As it is in Sahaja Yoga, we don't believe in people who run away from society and go to Himalayas, or that I call it as escapism. That is not the point. What happens is that you are there, you see everyone, you watch everyone, you know everyone, you are close to everyone, but you are a detached person. It's a state of mind that you achieve when Sahasrara is open. Then that state you you are dealing with people, you are dealing with problems, you are dealing with situations, but you are not involved in it. There's no involvement. And that involvement which you had before can never give a complete insight what is happening, what is the truth is about any situation. So this detachment helps. The greatest thing of the detachment is that you are not affected. No use saying that, oh, you are not affected, mother, so how can you feel for another person? How can you have compassion for another person? Because if you feel for another person, then only you can solve the problem. But this feeling that you have is again a kind of an attachment. It is not a real feeling because it doesn't help. The person is crying, you are also crying. The person is trouble, you are also in trouble. And this does not help that person, nor will it help you. So, to have detached in no way means you do not feel the another person. You do feel. You feel the agony of that person, the trouble of that person, of the whole society sometimes, and of the whole country. But that your feeling is so detached that the all pervading power takes over. First, we must have full faith in the capability of this all pervading power. As soon as you are detached, you say, you do it. Finished. Once you say that you are going to do it, it's you who is going to do it. Whole thing changes completely because you transfer all your responsibilities, all your problems to this divine power which is so powerful, which is so capable, which can work out anything. So whenever you think that this problem you are going to solve, you are the one who is going to do it, then all right, the divine power says, all right, try your luck. But if you can really put this problem to the divine power, it will work out.
Okay, let's keep our attention in the Sahasrara area right above our head. We can touch it with our right hand again, just to feel that place where we want our attention. And then relax our hands back into our lap. Take another deep breath. And as we exhale, just emptying out all of the thoughts. We'll meditate like this for some time. And then Yuri and Vlad will come in with some beautiful meditation music that we will try to listen to from up here, up above our head in the Sahasrara. And then the music will lead back into a little meditation. We're going to take a breath and on the right side at the upper part of our abdomen. And just feel your breath slowing down. And then that left hand can relax back into your lap. Let's bring our right hand to the heart. Start to move your attention up through the neck and the center of your head and out through the top of your head. Just feeling the connection between the heart and the Sahasrara, the crown chakra. You can lower your right hand back into your lap and take a breath. Just relax your forehead. Let your attention rest in that space. Above the head, moving it a little higher. Feeling your connection to that all-pervading power. Indeed, feeling your connection with everyone out here on the program, meditating collectively. And we'll remain in that state while we listen to beautiful music. Listen to it from the Sahasrara. From the crown of your head.
каждого из нас на свете есть места, куда приходим мы на миг уединиться, где память, как строка почтового листа, нам сердце исцелит, когда оно томится. Чистые пруды застенчивые, как девчонки смокли у воды. Чистые пруды, веков зеленый сон, мой давний берег детства, где звучит аккордеон. Я спешу туда, там льется добрый свет, и лодки на воде, как солнечные пятна. Отсюда мы с тобой ушли в кружение лет, и вот я снова здесь, и ты придешь обратно. Чистые пруды застенчивые, как девчонки смокли у воды. Чистые пруды, веков зеленый сон, мой давний берег детства, где звучит аккордеон. По земле пылинной, по траве высокой, кривой золотою по росе звеня. Белый конь гуляет, по траве ступает, в васильковом поле у ручья. В том ручье водится, небо солнцем отразится, и в камнях замшелых сказка оживет. В том ручье водится, лебедь молодится, поутру с туманом проплывет. В том ручье водится, лебедь молодится, поутру с туманом проплывет. Колокольным звоном на холме над белым храмом вдруг рассыплет двери птица соловей. Белый день встречает, солнце провожает, матушка земля в красе своей. В платье белом-белом, что из зимнего, из снега, из цепей высоких золоченых глав, и нам всем на диво строго и красиво отразится солнце в куполах. Свята матушка природа, ветерком деревья травы причесал, и земным поклоном мир приветит Бога. Нашей матери любовь отдав, и земным поклоном мать земля приветит Бога. Нашей матери любовь отдав.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay, with that, we'll just take some time to raise our Kundalini and give ourselves a bandha. So, I'm going to hand it back to Nicole now with some announcements.
Hi, everyone. I hope you had a great meditation and a wonderful experience with this great array of hosts and incredible music. And so now, yeah, I'd like to close things off with some announcements, and then we'll head into our Q&A session where you can ask questions or jump into a breakout room. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about meditation as a state of mental silence. So we're going to take things a step further than the seven chakras and kind of talk about the next steps and how to bring this into your life. And yeah, discover the power of mantras or prayers in Sanskrit, which, as you know, is one of the oldest languages and one of the most powerful languages. So, going forward, there's three things you can do from here. First, request a mentor. You can fill out the form, post it in the Zoom chat, which will eventually connect you to somebody. We have a lot of requests right now to connect with a mentor. So, fill that form out if you want to learn on the side, outside the program, and ask your questions and kind of get some one-on-one support. And then you can join our WhatsApp group. I'm pretty sure that QR code will take you there, where you'll get some, daily messages to bring you up and give you some motivation, along with more important stuff like course reminders, links to Zoom and the YouTube, things like that. And if you go to the website, you can access all the recorded sessions from before, whether it's from these 17 days so far, the future programs, or programs from before, which they've done many, many of. So you have lots of resources and handouts and more on the website. Now, moving into the part where you guys can ask some questions and we're gonna have a conversation and kind of enjoy each other's company for a few more minutes here. You can write breakout room help to the chat where they're gonna connect you to somebody that's gonna be a guide for you to ask questions, concerns, kind of just even have a conversation and get some stuff off your mind to ease into the state of meditation and spirituality. So you can write that in the chat, or you can write chat Q&A, write to the chat Q&A, where somebody will answer your question privately, or you can just write straight to me. And at this point, I'm going to invite the rest of the hosts back on, and we're going to answer any questions you have, and we're going to talk about it and kind of have an open discussion. So Carrie, Garima, and we're gonna say goodbye to Yuri and Vlad for the night, but just really thank them tons for their awesome music. It was really, really incredible. So, um, yeah, welcome back, Carrie. Welcome back, Garima.
Hi.
Thank you for the
Hello.
meditations. And let me check here if we have anything that's already been asked in the chat. All right. So, Garima, you can take this first question if you like. Where exactly is the Sahasrara chakra? Is it somewhere in the flat area of the head, or is it on the vertical, horizontal part? If you want to just give us a guide to where exactly it is.
Yeah. So from what I recollect from Shri Mataji describing it, it's the limbic area of the brain. So it's actually, if you look at the top of your head, there's this area right here, also called the fontanelle bone. And when we were infants, this is sort of a soft area. If you look at a baby or a child, you see it almost kind of sinks in. And that's where the Sahasrara is sort of right immediately underneath that in the limbic area of the brain. And it's interesting because as, you know, infants become, they develop this sort of sense of identity or ego or I-ness around maybe 1.5, 2 years old, maybe a little younger. It starts to calcify and get a little harder. And, you know, we touch it now and it's quite hard right here, but this is where your Sahasrara is. And, you know, just to add a little anecdote, I remember an auntie once sharing with me that a person she knew who had been meditating for some time over the course of decades and really had grown deep in that meditative state. That area had started to soften so much, this area on top of their head, the fontanelle bone, that it actually sunk back in. Like you could put your hand there and it had softened to such an extent that it actually had resorted to what it was like, you know, as an infant, very soft again and not calcified. So their Sahasrara was quite open.
Wow.
So yeah, roundabout way
Oh,
of saying it's right here.
wonderful. Thank you so much for the explanation. Now we're getting a lot of questions here, so I'm going to throw another one to Carrie now.
Okay.
Let's see what the next one is. How do you balance detachment with staying connected to family and friends? From what I understand, detachment sounds a little bit different than empathy. So this is a good question. You can
Uh,
take a jab at it, and I also want to add on to it.
yeah, absolutely. So when we talk about our emotions and detaching or our connection to people, it's not that we are suppressing emotion because we're meditating. We never suppress emotion. What happens is these very sublime emotions from our hearts start to emerge, and it's not a sentimental feeling or an attached feeling like you want to possess somebody or you want to control outcomes. It's more that your heart really opens and it moves. Shri Mataji had described in the talk that when your Sahasrara is open, you have this compassion, this detached compassion for people. And she also talked about letting go of trying to do anything in terms of our emotional connections with people. That even if people are, a lot of us feel that suffering or that pain when we look out in the world and people are dealing with a lot. And what we can do is stay in our Sahasrara and really become thoughtless, and you really connect there. And you
Mhm.
can feel this all-pervading power is looking after everything. And this is how we feel this detachment. So it's not that you don't feel anything for other human beings or you don't love your family at all. It's not like that at all. It's a much more universal feeling of love and less of a, you know, possessing something. So
Yeah.
Nepal, I wanted to add to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the way I would like to explain this is that when you're at this state of balance, you're fully aware of past stuff. You're fully aware of your love for your family, and that's the left side stuff. You know, your attachments, your past experiences, the things that matter to you, the things that have grown to be a conditioning or an attachment. You're fully aware of those things, and you're also fully aware of what has to happen in the future. You're fully aware of the responsibilities to your parents or your spouse or your kids or whatever it is, but you're also not thinking about them. You're basically in the state where you're aware of those things, but you're living in this present moment, and you're not going to let those currently affect you. And this is what we call thoughtless awareness. It's the state of being thoughtless, but you're aware of things. You're aware of the past, you're aware of the future, but you're in the present moment. And that's kind of how I like to explain this sense of detachment, because it's really the way that you can not let anything bother you. It's the way that your boss can say something terrible to you, and you might get angry, but then maybe an hour later you're able to let it go and you're able to realize, okay, I am still the person I was an hour ago. I have not changed as a human being. And I'm still going to be the same person tomorrow. But that was said and that's done. Let me see if I can move forward and kind of move past that. So I think that question of detachment really is a matter of just being in that state of thoughtless awareness, in my opinion. Um, so let's move to the next question. Um, all right. Okay, Garima, I'll get this one to you. Um, this question may not be related to Sahasrara chakra, but does working on cleaning on left channel remove past traumatic memories? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, another good question. Yeah, I think absolutely. When you meditate, it transforms you down to sort of even the atomic level. You can think of it like almost as if your DNA and your hard, what's it called, a hard disk that saves everything. Um, it's all being rewired at like the molecular level. And so if you allow it to happen without thinking, like focusing your attention on, oh, I have all this baggage and I have these past traumas that I need to work through. I think, obviously there's a place and a space to kind of intentionally work through them in a introspective manner. But if you want to give in to the power of meditation and open yourself to the divine kind of working that out in you, and the fact that your own Kundalini knows you so well, it's the tape recorder of your whole life and your whole history and your emotions and your actions. So if you surrender to the ability and power of the Kundalini and this all-pervading power, as Shri Mataji called it, to heal you, and focus your attention and your meditations on the left channel and sort of help direct it there, then absolutely, it can transform you in ways that you would not think possible. So hopefully that
Yeah.
helped answer.
Yeah, absolutely. And those traumatic memories, in the most beautiful world can even turn into learning experiences. They might turn to things that become an experience that you look back on that you don't even, not in a negative way. Maybe it will transform from a traumatic moment to something that you accept has happened as a part of yourself, and learn from. Obviously, it's easier said than done to say that. I'm just saying that to shed some positivity on something like that. But it's possible. With enough attention, with enough dedication to something, anything is possible, in my opinion. So that traumatic thing could turn into something else. Who knows? And I hope, and I wish you luck on that journey with that, and I hope meditation helps you with that. Um, all right, let's see what else we have here. Um, can you share some personal experiences that you have had on your Sahasrara in your practice of Sahaja Yoga? Yeah, I can take this one to start off with. I think the easiest one that a lot of people who meditate can tell you about is this feeling of being plugged in, like as if there's electricity running through your veins. It's you just feel suddenly this energy shoot up through your center channel, and at the top of your head, you feel something just pull you up, and in that moment, it's like everything goes blank. And and what I call this, I say this every single time I'm on here, and I'm going to say it again. I call this a matter of practice. The more you do this, it's like working out a muscle. Suddenly, you're gonna flip a switch in your mind, and everything just goes off. And once you're in that state where everything goes off, suddenly you can think about things clearly. You can feel things clearly. You don't have to take anyone's objective thoughts. You won't feel bias. You'll see through the cracks. You'll see the light, whatever it is. Because right now, a lot of people are convoluting your mind, maybe whatever it is. You can push through those things once you flick the thing and everything goes off in your mind. And that's kind of what that plugged in feeling for me felt like, and feels like whenever I can achieve it. It's not like it happens every single day, but it happens often now. Just like I'm sure someone who does a bunch of things in a gym can use their muscle pretty easily. It's the same thing with your spirituality. The more you do it, the easier it is to access. Um, and I'll let you guys add on to it if you would like to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Rima, you want to go ahead? Who goes first? Yeah. I think we all have this universal feeling. Once you feel it, you really can't doubt it, because it's the same sort of feeling for everyone, that when something has these vibrations, you feel it come up, and sometimes it feels like a tug or a pull, like you said. Sometimes it feels like a movement, like little, you see it as the petals of a lotus, and you really can feel these kind of individual things happening up there. And it happens over and over again. It starts to become, it's like pathways start to become clear within you, and more strands of that kundalini can come up into that limbic area of the brain that Garima had referred to. This area of the brain that we liken that to when Buddha called it the 1,000-petaled lotus, that there's these nerves that that get, enlightened by the kundalini, and they start to activate. And it's so incredible, because who's ever thought of, who's ever heard of this, and you feel that cool breeze, you feel it coming down. So the Sahasrara is just a beautiful moment for a human being to touch, because a lot of people have experienced their heart opening, or they've experienced this feeling of universality, of connection with the stars, or our fellow creatures, or just trees. But this is another level. This is a whole different thing. When you have this connection in the Sahasrara, you're starting to feel that active moments of insight, very deep insight, and then you're connected to other human beings in a very deep way. And so when we meditate all together, it really is a profound experience of letting that Sahasrara start to get activated. And we have this new dimension, this collective consciousness. And we could go on and on about how we, thought of somebody, they ring us up, or we're just all on this, we're thinking about some of the same stuff at the same time. And so we know there's so many ways that we're able to kind of verify for ourselves that this is real, this is the truth. And there's no doubt about it. We're in this new era of collective consciousness, and it's a higher level of consciousness that doesn't require all this thought.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been my experience, is just really, it almost feels like a physical thing as well. And it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the physical side of this is what proves it to us. That's the reason why most of us come back, is because we know that we're feeling something. And I think that feeling is too valuable to forget or let go. Um, and yeah, okay. So next question. I think we have time for one or two more. So let me take a look here. Yes, I think there's time for one more. Okay. How does your awareness change when your attention is in the Sahasrara chakra? Garima, if you want to take this one.
Yeah, that's a great question. You guys, just to build also on what Carrie and Paul were mentioning, your awareness shifts internally, but it's also as if it's being physically lifted. When I experience entering that meditative state in Sahasrara, it often feels as if a cloud is removed, or like you're almost physically being, I don't know, as if you can actually feel something being lifted, as you guys mentioned, something pulled. I've also heard, my mom mentioned it once to her. It felt like someone was pouring something like a drop of oil or water, and it was starting to spread across the whole head. So physically, I think you could feel it that way. Again, to bring it back to the question, how has your awareness changed? I think something I feel when I enter that state is sort of a state of awe. Like when you realize, when you are aware that you are connecting to something so deep, so profound, and so grand, this universal power, your perspective about everything changes. The mundane day-to-day things you were worried about, getting dinner on the table, finishing up a work presentation, planning for tomorrow, grocery shopping, all that stuff kind of washes away because the grandeur of, oh wow, I have a direct connection to this power that knows and works and operates everything in the universe beyond my capability and human understanding, is just, it's almost, it's unreal. It's surreal, and yet it's real, and it's something you can experience in that state, that connection. And so I find when I meditate and I really enter that thoughtless state, one of the feelings I have beyond joy, beyond peace, and silence is the sort of the sense of awe of how profound this is, that we can all be connected and integrated into this divine force, power, and the awareness that you are part and parcel of that. It it's yeah, it transforms you. You come out of that state with like refreshed worldview or ability to tackle your own problems and issues or things you have to do. It's like it just adds a whole new, as you said, carry dimension, perspective to everything. So yeah, hopefully that helps answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll add my own just two cents on that. I would say it feels like being a cloud. It feels like you are just floating, and it feels like everything can pass through you, but you also are aware of your surroundings. And it's the best thing in the morning. In the morning, when the first thing you wake up is meditate, the rest of your day just feels like you are floating through it. You're doing your tasks, you're taking care of whoever you need to take care of, you're doing what you need to do, but nothing's affecting you. You know your attention is here, and that you're gonna be okay. And I think that's a good note to transition things out of our Q&A on. Well, we're gonna suggest for you guys to stay on here and join a breakout room where you can discuss further with somebody or request a mentor. And that will keep going for a while longer. So please join a breakout room, enjoy your night, and we hope to see you tomorrow for day 18. Have a good night, and thank you to Carrie, thank you to Garima, and all the
Pleasure
musicians.
pleasure
Thank
being
you.
with you. Yeah. All right.
Okay, good night. Bye
Good
bye.
night.